Well, here we are. It is Monday, September 16th, and if you're getting sick of seeing me yet, because we're doing a lot of videos lately, I came across an auction, though, over the weekend, and if you're a dealer or a collector or enjoy small, interesting objects, and you don't want to spend a fortune, watch this video. There's a good auction coming up, and the auction house does their own shipping, and it's an auction house we've talked about before. Over in Bath in England, Marsan. Every once in a while they've had some very nice little auctions in there, some good things. They seem to know what they're doing. They pay attention. They provide lots of photographs, and they do in-house shipping, which is the trifecta as far as I'm concerned. And they have good descriptions. I've always found their descriptions to be quite accurate, and they seem like nice people. I don't know them particularly well. I've emailed back and forth with them. But I want to go through the sale because what it is they have a whole, it looks like it's a collection from somebody of Ming jars and ceramics, but all small things, which is wonderful because as we've seen in other auctions that we've watched, some of these miniatures do very, very well. You buy the lot, and some of these are pretty good sized lots. You're going to see in a minute. You buy the lot, break it up, and sell it off on eBay or sell it in a store or wherever you're selling things. But there's a way you can make money doing this. This can be very profitable as long as you do your homework, calculate the values out, and go that way. But I want to go through some of the lots because there's some very nice pieces in here. And they're not the kind of things that are going to break anybody's bank. They're nice, collectible things that will eventually sell for, in the mid hundreds, maybe 1,000, in that range, but they're selling them in groups. So I'm going to go through it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, this is the sale. It is I forget how many lots are in this sale. It's something, a couple hundred lots, 300 lots. Hold on a second. We'll get back over to that in just a second. Just want to give you the lot total. Almost 400 lots. Okay, there we go. 376 lot auction. Pretty good sized sale for these days. But this is what they've got. They've got a whole bunch, like in this case, these are all Vietnamese, blue and white, Ming Dynasty wares. These are all those wonderful little oil jars and jarlets, but some of them are very nice examples. Some of them are really, really sweet examples. And there's a whole bunch of them here. These all look period. These are the kind of things I'm talking about. Is a group of them. Total, there are 12 in the lot with a 150 to 200 pound estimate with a 90 pound opening bid. You can make money with this stuff. All right, that's a good lot. You buy them, you put 2 jars on a lot, throw it on eBay, and or wherever, or if you're selling on some other site, do it that way too. Put a price on it. All right, and then over to here. A whole bunch of these look to be predominantly 19th century blue and white wares, Chinese, of course, but nice quality. How big are these? These are range in size. The biggest piece here is 8 inches tall, or 6 inches tall. So these are all smalls. It's a miniature. They're all miniatures. They say a couple of them might be early 20th century Republic. Maybe that little gourd there, and maybe 1 or 2 other pieces. But that's a sweet little lot. And it won't cost a fortune to ship if you're in the United States. That's why it caught my eye. Small packages ship a lot cheaper than lot less expensively than big things, obviously. And shipping across, from Europe to America now is very expensive. I noticed a number of you said it's so expensive now to ship out of Hong Kong. It is. It is, and they've got to figure out something on that because I think I saw somebody said it cost them $1,500 or $2,000 to get a rolled up scroll mailed over. Some ridiculous story. You want to check. That's why I say always check the shipping before you place a bid anywhere. All right, and then you have this. This is a nice little lot. Again, 19th century jars. But beautifully done, good condition. I like the one in the middle. I like the 2 in the middle, one with the bird and the one over here. That's a nice one too. The lot is estimated at 150 to 200 pounds. I think they all are sort of that 150 to $200 area. And the biggest piece in here is 4 inches tall. These are small. These are miniatures. Miniatures are good. People collect them. These are nice. Early 18th century blue and white pieces. Similar design. They did a good job matching them up. Obviously, out of somebody's collected this pattern. Kangxi period. The biggest jar is 4 inches tall. There you go. You get 3 of them for starting price of 120 pounds. And what you want to do is, if you can, you buy a couple of lots and have them merge them all together into one big box and send them over to you. And then here you have 18th and 19th century little sleeve vases. Good job with these. These are all about the same size, 4 or 5 inches tall. Nice little lot, all blue and white. Some very nice blue and white in here, by the way. And again, buy it up, get it sent, $50 opening bid. And then you have this is Kangxi period, but it's a cruet holder. This is going to probably do a little better than that, but it's a nice one, and it's got the standard Kangxi sort of rim fritz on the edges that you see all the time. But it's a nice Famille decoration, and it's a rare form for the European market, the early European market, estimated at $400 to $600. I think the last time there was one on Live Auctioneers, it wasn't that long ago, and I think it brought about $700. So. But you can go check. You can go do the price results and check. But with the buyer's premium and everything, it was around $700. Here's another one. All right, and then you have these nice pair of 18th century dishes. Very well decorated, a little dressing on the rims. Nice looking plates. And as you know, plates right now are pretty buyable. Well, these are just estimated at 100 to 150 pounds. 18th century Romance of the Western Chamber pattern, which is very, very popular. As many of you know, it's a name you see a lot at the major auction houses as a decorative motif on objects. Here you go. And then hopping along over to this, you have 4 Chinese blue and white 18th century dishes. They all appear to be probably Kangxi period, or early Qianlong at the latest. Yeah, it's hard to tell from here. Well, the one on the left. Yeah, the narrow rims, they look like they're probably Kangxi. Again, 4 plates. What's the estimate? $80 to $100 for all 4 of them. They're all they're about 9 inches in diameter. This is a pretty good lot for $100. And the kind of thing that you could buy, you can pay the premium, you get it shipped, and hopefully you'll be able to sell it and do something with it, or add it to your collection. If you're a collector, this is a wonderful way to buy stuff, by the way. You save a fortune. And then you have a whole stack of dishes, all 18th century blue and white wares. One of them looks like it's probably Kangxi, maybe 2. But nice quality. They range in size from about, about 8 to 9 inches each. 100 to 150 pounds. He's there to sell the stuff, obviously. The estimates are extremely reasonable. And then you have 5 late Ming jars. This is a good little group also. One of them even has a lid on it. That's kind of surprising. Nicely done. Again, good breakup value here. 80 to 120 pounds for the lot estimate. Then you have these miniatures, more miniatures. These appear to be all early 18th century examples. I love how they do them because it's fun. When they do them really small, because they don't have as much real estate to paint on, you get these sort of like little, they almost look like elves, the figures, the way they do them. There's a couple of little rim chips on the neck. You want to take that into account. But overall, it's an interesting group of little vases. And again, very reasonable estimates. And then over to this, more little vases. You're getting the point, I know, but I'll just run through them. This one has a break in it. You want to keep that in mind. That's a Kangxi example. That's Kangxi. That's Kangxi. They look to be about half of them are Kangxi and the rest are 18th century. A group of 10 of them. They're pricing them out at about $20 or $30 a piece. And then over to this, a bigger group. This time, there's 20 in this lot. Again, all 18th and 19th century wares, estimated at, again, $10 to $20 a piece. You can make money with these. Again, $10 to $20 a piece for all of these. Terrific stuff. There's some regular size things in the sale, too. I shouldn't make it all sound like it's all miniatures. But when I see lots like this, I always think about, as you put your dealer hat on, there's a few things in here, you buy it, you might want to hang on to the nice miniature for yourself, just to have it. I believe in collecting as you're dealing, because it's a good way to keep your own hand in the game and have some fun along with everybody else. And here you have a whole bunch of different shape vases. There's a bunch of different shapes here. It's very attractive. And again, $10, $20 a piece is the estimate. And then over to this. This is one of my favorite lots. These are a nice lot. This is a very nice Ming jar. And The one in the back is quite nice, and I like this little melon form one a lot. I like these three the best. This one is probably Ming or early Qing, and this one on the back is Ming. But I like the one in the back, but I particularly like the front two here. These are very nice 15th century examples, 16th century examples, and the estimate is $300 to $500. 180 pound, $230 U.S. opening bid, 180 pounds. There's money in that lot. The biggest jars are about 5 inches in height, a little under 5 inches. All right, and then hopping along over to this, another group of Ming jarlets. Nice looking little lot. Everybody's had these before. You have the deer pattern, the scrolling vine patterns, the floating leaves. You have this one that has the reverse, the white glaze pulling through where they over decorate in blue to outline where they want to be white for the flowers and so forth. That technique from the Ming Dynasty. And then you have this one, another lot. And you have the flying horse. And then you have this one with this lovely grouping of ruyi heads going around it. It's an unusual shape and so forth. And of course, the fun part about this too is if you buy these, you can go and then start a hunt for the Persian models that they made in ceramic at the same time, but in pottery that will very closely match these. We point them out as much as we can. And then there's this one. There's another nice lot. Many of those little deer type vases. I like that little jarlet up on the top here that has sort of a maping mouth on it. That's good looking. And again, $100 to $200 estimate. And then there's another lot. There's a lot of them in here. I guess that's my point. Let's see, there's another one here, another one there, and another one there. You check out the sale. It's worth checking out. This is a good little sale. They do a nice job over there. They answer their inquiries. I know because I've emailed them questions before, and they answer right away. And you can hop in there. They're on Live Auctioneers. I'm sure they're on Invaluable as well. And you can go through and fan through all this. And I didn't include everything. You'll see pieces in here. There's some bigger pieces, some bigger jars and vases if you want to round out what you're buying. There's a rather nice Yongchen period square dish there. There's other types of export wares too. It's a good auction. It's a good, solid sale for the collector. You're not going to find any market period stuff in here, but for the typical collector who just loves buying this stuff, or you're getting into dealing and you want to sell some nice, genuine things, this is a good sale. This is a good sale for that. Absolutely fine. There are a few modern pieces in here, but he identified them. He says 20th century. I didn't include them, and these have already been added to the global and the Patreon pages. They're already there, so if you want to see them over there, you can see them there too. But here's a whole bunch of them. There's snuff bottles, all kinds of little lots is the point, and it's all shippable. There's some celadons that look pretty good, rib celadons. Little jars and cups. I didn't show you any of these. It's a good sale. So go over to Live Auctioneers or go to Invaluable, or go if you have a Patreon account or global account, you'll find them in the European section for the European sales coming up. All right, this is a fun little auction. It takes place in 17 days on the what is it? I want to repeat the date for everybody here. October 4th at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Remember, they're in England, so it's the middle of the day there. That sounds like it's starting at about 11:30 in the morning, but here it'll be 5:30 in the morning. So if you mark your calendar to bid on this sale, you remember you got to get up early. All right, but that's the sale. It's just I thought it'd be fun to throw that in if you're looking for some mischief to get into and you're not burned out after Asia Week, because a lot of stuff in Asia Week, we all know a lot of it's going to go, to certain people that could, don't mind writing 6 and 7 figure checks for things. But for the regular collector, the regular dealer, the people that just love doing this is a good little auction. It's a good auction, and they're nice people. So get a hold of them and. See how you do, and give me your feedback. Tell me what you think of this. I've been noticing lots of these interesting little sales around, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, thanks a lot. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and all that. And I'll see you later this week with some more updates on things. All right, bye-bye.